To participate in the public comment period, please call now at 818-238-3335. Members of the public may speak for up to 3 minutes depending upon the number of speakers.
Usually. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, welcome to a joint meeting with the Burbank Housing Authority, Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Mr. City Attorney, please state the items on the agenda.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council members, and for the benefit of the community, City Council is meeting this afternoon in closed session to discuss 4 items. The first item is a Clean Water Act enforcement item pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D2 with the city as a potential defendant. This is Los Angeles Regional Water Quality Control Board notice of violation regarding effluent discharge at the city's water reclamation plant, 124 South Lake Street. There's an additional item of existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1, Ms. Mary Helen Cabrera versus City of Burbank. It's a personal injury matter. Another matter of existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1 in the matter of Guardians of the Pines versus the City of Burbank concerning tree removal. And finally, council will be meeting with the city's labor negotiator pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6 regarding negotiations with the Burbank Police Officers Association.
Okay, thank you so much. Madam City Clerk, do we have in-person public comment on closed session items only?
We do.
Okay. All right, I will go through those now, and then we'll do callers. First up, we have Cheryl Bomer, followed by Diane McKinnon. You will have, speakers will have 3 minutes to address items on closed session only.
Good evening. I'm here on about the trees. I feel like I'm repeating myself and repeating myself. We don't want the trees down. You don't have to take the trees down. If they're diseased, yes, they should come down. But they don't have to come down. They've been checked by you guys, by outside arborists as well. And I just think, I don't understand the logic where they came up with, let's pick Niagara Street. Let's go down that street and go, let's move that we remove these trees. I would like to know who did it. And why? I mean, I guess you guys can't ever, I don't know where to go for answers. But it would just be heart-wrenching to see all those trees go down. We've been there for 55 years. My husband's been there 70 or more. And it's a beautiful street. Why? I don't get it. Except for the fact that they don't want to come out and trim them. Well, trim them. Some of you should go down Niagara Street and look and see the way the city has cut those trees. It's terrible. When I moved there, the trees are like a tunnel. And each year they keep cutting. Now they want to cut them all down. Why not just trim them and make them look decent until they can grow back for, like somebody said at one point, for the next generation. Let's make them nice for the next generation instead of cutting them down. So that's what I have to say, and I hope you'll think about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Diane McKinnon, followed by Koei Campbell.
Here we are again, 3 months. So just like the theater before us, we are begging the City Council to save us from the dictatorship of the Burbank Parks and Rec leader and bring democracy back to our city and speak up for the people who voted you in. I'm not sure why I'm standing here asking for the same things again and again. We keep hearing the phrase, "I hear you," from all the different councils and their members, but we now see them for the empty promises they are. It's so sad that we had so much faith in our councils and faith that the people we voted in would have some power over the executives, the power to keep the scales of justice balanced. After all, this is why we voted for you, to be our voices when things are happening in our city and that are affecting us that are otherwise overlooked. How the clear cutting of 121 massive trees could be overlooked is beyond me, but imagine the beautiful pine trees outside of this very building are all clear cut tomorrow. They stand as tall as our trees and can come down on far more pedestrians and office buildings than ours can. How drastically changed would the street be? How drastically changed would downtown Burbank be? Yet this is okay to do it to our street? How much of an environmental and lifestyle change would there be? What about the murdered wildlife? Marissa Garcia is costing our city not only in funds for her projects, but now in legal fees, all because she refuses to come to the table with us as we have been asking for 3 months. And the offer to mediate still stands. We said numerous times that we know a few need to come down. We think a staggered approach would be best to prevent clear cutting these trees every single generation, which is pretty much what you're asking to do, because in 80 years, you're going to do it all over again. We need a new plan that will make everyone happy. But no, 3 months and nothing but empty promises have been made, and now the trees are coming down and we have had to take legal action. We have been forced to. I am greatly disappointed in the lack of power our elected officials seem to have over one city executive. Is she really this untouchable that she can spend millions of tax dollars without questions? Can she really make backroom deals with the likes of the Y and other city executives only for people to stand up and ask for her to get a promotion? Really? We don't want to pay her any more money. Why is it that we have to stand up and make sure that our city follows CEQA laws? Nobody ever went and did a CEQA review on this city reforestation project. The 3 trees that came down are from the city reforestation strategy. They did not say these are emergency. Nothing said emergency about it. This is very much against state law. This is very much I mean, it's just unbelievable. We've asked to mediate numerous times. Come and talk to us. And yet, nothing, not one word from anybody, ever. And we have been forced now to have to take legal action to save our trees. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Kawe Campbell.
My name is Quanah Campbell, Comanche Heritage. I just want to say that we do love our trees. Our trees contain not only a physical value of shade and all those things, but we believe that they contain spirits within them. They're special beings just like we are here on this earth. And we would pray and ask that you would please protect them. Again, just because they're old, like me, doesn't mean they need to be, done away with. So I'm just here to ask for mercy for the trees and for the spirits that are in them. I said before, I'm very, very worried and concerned that when the trees are cut down and they're replaced with very small, young, little trees, the spirits that are in them, they'll just go some other place. But I'm afraid that they're going to cause a great deal of trouble to you all and to all of us in the city before they find a home again. And I would, again, pray that that doesn't happen because I want what's best for our city. I was born here when St. Joe's was a lot smaller. And I love our city, and I love you guys, and I want what's best for you. I don't want any vengeance taken out on you guys. I don't want anything happen to Marissa or anybody else. I want what's right, and what's right is the justice to give life a chance to live. And I just thank you for your time, and my prayers are with you. Aho.
Thank you. James McKinnon. James McKinnon, followed by Linda Matsumoto.
I guess I just reiterate what my wife said. We have wanted to come to the table for 4 months now. We've had 3 councils say for Marissa to stop, show proof. She's shown none. And again, it blows me away why we have to waste our time every week. And you guys say, don't do it. We have people for us telling us to calm down and not be angry. How could we not be angry with killing of trees, with misleadership? It's just horrible. We don't want to go to court. We don't want to sue the city of Burbank, which we had to because for some reason, this woman is untouchable and is up for a promotion. I don't get it. We're going to have to pay more money for this woman to do what she just did to the Colony Theater and to us. What does she have on you guys? I don't get it. We are upset. Not at you guys, not at Sustainability Committee. You guys all work for crap, and we appreciate it. But when people tell us that we should calm down, no, you guys are going to kill trees, kill animals. You guys said you didn't want it. Sustainability said they didn't want it. We are here to talk to you guys and figure out the right approach for the trees, but not to kill them in one fell swoop because some woman that is great at wheelchairs and swimming pools, fantastic, but she's not great at trees and communicating with people. We've asked for a meeting for 3 months. Where is it? She just has an excuse every time. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It's on its way. Look at the website. I got 1 minute and 14 seconds. This is crazy. But I leave my time to the next person. It's just unacceptable.
Linda Matsumoto, followed by Dennis Bomar.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for being here. I'm almost as old as the trees, and I don't think I'm ready for out to pasture to be chopped down yet. So hopefully you'll listen to what I have to say. The first time we heard about the trees was when we got a letter in August saying that the trees were going to be cut down in 2 weeks, that we would be let known 2 weeks ahead of the tree in front of our house was going to be done. We talked to the tree people that came out that were going to be doing the job, and one of the gentlemen says, yeah, we'll let you know 3 days ahead. I said, no. We were told 2 weeks. So that started the misinformation and the confusion as far as I'm concerned. And so we've been to City Council meeting, we've been to Park and Rec meeting, we've been to Sustainability meeting, and now we just repeated it again. And we seem to get nowhere. I remember all getting great big orange postcards for everything that was going on in the media district. And that if somebody was going to add an extra room or they were going to add a parking lot, you could come to a meeting that the city was putting on for that purpose. We haven't had that. And I don't understand why we have not had that. If it's good enough for a parking lot, for heaven's sakes, it's good for trees that have been there a long time. And over half of them, they say, are fine. First it was 121 trees that have to go. Then it was blah, blah, blah. And then it was down to 54. And then last week they cut down 2 on our street and 1 on Keystone. So we were told that nothing would happen until this council, city council, voted on it. And I don't remember hearing that you voted on it, so I don't understand why they went ahead with the trees. It's not an emergency if they've been talking about this since last February. So please, we've heard, I hear you, and my question today is, what are you going to do about it? Thank you.
Dennis Bomar, followed by Virginia Hunt Johns.
My name is Dennis Bomar. I live on Niagara Street. I don't want my tree cut down. I have lived on my street for 75 years. The same tree is still there and doing fine. It's not dying and does not need to come down. Home prices will come down, I hear. Electric bills will go up, and our temperature will go up. So I don't see any benefit. If the tree is diseased and leaning, take it down. But if not, leave it alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Virginia Hunt Johns, followed by Gina Marie.
Hi, I brought her up. Good evening. I'm Virginia Hunt Johns, I live in Niagara. And a few years ago, there was an autism awareness event at my grandson's school, Bret Hart. And one of you attended. The reason this is significant is what it means is that you took the time to interact and to make some people feel included and certainly important. I believe that is what Burbank is. It's a place where you are included. I've been here over 30 years. I look young. My grandson actually treasures a photo from that day. The reason this story is important and is included is it's at many levels. My biggest frustration with the Apple Pine issue is the lack of productive communication. We've been living in sound bites. I have been the unofficial steward, I call myself, of 2 of these pines. During the water crisis, I even carried water from upstairs down from my shower to try to placate the crisis a little bit. It's been my job to water, to watch over, and to alert the city of problems with them, which I believe I have been doing. If this plan goes forward, I investigated how much it would affect my immediate living area, my environment. I measured, with the help of my husband, the distance between what would be the mature pines that would be left from, there's an area of 5 that are in our little pocket. It's 48 yards from one to the other. I'll put that, I actually measured it in feet, but I converted it for you because I think it's easier to understand. That's like half of a football field. And when you put that together with the fact that my neighbor, who's going to be speaking, she also has 48 yards from when they take down hers, if they take down hers, because the house next to her is void. It's not had a tree for over 20 years. I guess we don't feel like we need to plant one there. What makes it worse is that it's going to be freaking hot. Can you imagine living on the edge of a football field? I mean, I don't care what they put in. The way I considered looking at this is how long it takes for trees to mature, because I understand we're going to put in trees. I love that. But I live right on the Burbank, the Chandler bike path. 19 years ago, that path went in. I remember the railroad tracks before that. And as you walk down it now, some of those trees literally are twice my size. 19 years. My son's size, he's 6'4", so twice my son's size. I don't want to lie.
Thank you.
And
Your
sorry,
time
that's
has
your time.
It's
expired.
unreasonable to assume.
Thank you, Virginia.
Please value our voice. Thank you.
Gina Marie, followed by Karen Bortoli.
My name is Gina, and I've lived on Niagara Street for 37 years. I was extremely shocked when, back in July, I received a letter from the city stating that they are cutting down my tree along with 120 other trees in Burbank. Zero communication leading up to this. Zero reports given to us by the city from third-party certified arborists and biologists at the time the letter was sent out. Absolutely zero communication whatsoever. In fact, it wasn't until neighbors started getting together publicly that you all were even informed of this project. Now, I don't work in the public sector, but I understand the politics involved and how important it is for government employees to have the best interest of the community in which they serve. In order to be a qualified and capable leader, particularly in the public sector, one must have strong communication skills and be able to listen to the concerns of residents and take them into account when making decisions. None of this was done for this project. Parks and Rec did not generate a data-driven, non-biased, qualified third-party assessment of the trees being removed. They did not communicate the proposal of this project to community members prior to implementation, and they absolutely did not hold any discussion forums with those impacted. If I mismanaged a project like this in my current role, I'd be lucky to still have a job. It's concerning that Parks and Rec hired an existing city vendor after signing off on this project, making this an extremely biased report. How is this even possible? That would literally be like TSA sending a plane off for departure prior to inspecting the mechanics of the plane. The city report is also just blatantly incorrect. The report states that my tree is leaning significantly and is slated for level 3 removal. I can confirm my tree is extremely straight, could not be more straight. I hired an arborist after receiving the letter in July. Conclusion from that arborist is that my tree is healthy and does not pose a high risk of failure. The city report states otherwise. Aside from the mismanagement of the project brought on by the city, there are a multitude of reasons as to why it's bad for a city to remove mature trees. Improves air quality. A single mature tree can produce enough oxygen for up to 4 people, which can help reduce respiratory problems and other health concerns. It can remove up to 48 pounds of carbon dioxide from the air each year. Reduces summer temperatures by 9 degrees Fahrenheit. They're more resilient to climate change. They have deeper roots and larger canopies, which help them to withstand drought, heat, stress, and storms. Reduce noise pollution by 50%. And studies have shown that living near mature trees can improve mental health and reduce stress levels. Mature trees are irreplaceable. It takes many years for a tree to grow to maturity, and once a mature tree is cut down, it can never be replaced. When cities cut down mature trees, they're making their cities less resilient to climate change and less livable for people and wildlife. Thanks.
Thank you. Karen Bortoli, and my last speaker card is Jason Everly.
Hello, I'm here to express my opposition to the removal of healthy, mature Aleppo pine trees that is being rushed into implementation. It was my understanding that this project had been put on hold as requested by the Sustainable Burbank Committee at their September 18th meeting. That was a month ago. Why is this project moving forward without dialogue with Burbank residents? Has the Department of Parks and Rec also notified all Burbank homeowners who have these trees on their property, as opposed to only those on the parkway? If these trees are immediate danger, they must come down everywhere, not just parkways, if indeed they are dangerous, which I don't believe they are. In my opinion, Mike Del Campo and Marissa Garcia are failing at managing this project. While I understand that some trees may have to come down, I do overwhelmingly disagree that so many have been targeted. I've lived on Niagara Street for 43 years. I have a beautiful, healthy, mature tree. I hired and personally paid a certified arbor consultant who came out and evaluated my tree on August 21st. He spent a lot of time and determined that my tree is in good health, no signs of stress or decline in the canopy, no signs or symptoms of incest, pest, disease, or any major structural defect. There are no dead branches. He did indicate a couple of potentially heavy branches that could be removed at a cost well below $770,000. Complete contradictory to the report of the city's vendor, RPW, which is why I challenge those results. If my tree comes down, my electricity and water bills will triple. Remember, BWP is hiking their rates. I will no longer be able to sit on my front porch in the afternoon because it will be completely direct hot sun. I'm a senior citizen. I'm on a fixed income, and this will be a direct, stressful financial burden on me. I don't know what I'm going to do. Isn't this counterproductive to everything we've been asked to do by our city, conserve energy and save water? I've watered this tree for 43 years. Perhaps the city will put solar panels on my roof? Is that even an option to help me? While it's my understanding that the company you've hired to remove these trees merely dumps the large branches and trunks, wouldn't it be better to maybe salvage the wood and reclaim some of that $770,000 that it's going to cost? I'm here to beg you to please don't take my tree. Save the mature, healthy trees. There are a lot of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Jason Everly, and that's my last speaker card.
People are getting emotional, man. We're here about the trees, obviously. I have to say the arborists in our town are making a killing. Everybody's hiring arborists to look at our trees. I mean, who'd have thought that was a growth industry, huh? So to speak. Yeah, we all got letters that were 2 weeks. We've all lived here a long time, and getting 2 weeks to have your tree cut down in your front yard is severe. Marissa has stated that she hired 3 independent, arbor companies to see if these trees needed to come down. She said that she told them there were 121 trees. She told them which trees, and miraculously, all 3 companies, every single tree had to come down. Not one was good. That's statistically kind of shocking. I understand there's a lawsuit with when trees fall over, and the city attorney's job is to protect the city's interest. Your job is to balance the two. You are the only people that are really, we really can elect or not elect on real reasons. The city attorney we can't touch. Marissa we can't touch. So at the end of the day, your job is to balance what is good for the citizens and what is safe for the city. That's kind of what it's all about. At the end of the day, every single tree in Burbank, the city attorney will come for. It will just become a liability. Your job is to say, we all agree trees are really, really good, right? We want to preserve them as long as possible, right? So we want to resist the temptation because the city attorney would cut every single tree down. It's much safer. Nothing will fall. I mean, in the 100+ years of Burbank, that would be a great idea for a liability. But it's your job to protect the citizens, to go, let's balance this. So we know whose interest this is because nobody comes along and says 121 trees, 2 weeks. In 100 years in Burbank, these trees have been there 100 years, 2 weeks. That's absurd. 3 companies, 121 trees, all of them miraculously have problems. Everyone has to come down, in spite of all the arborist business we've been doing recently. So it's your job to balance this, and we're counting on you. So that's kind of it.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, do we have any callers on closed session?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, I will be closing public comment. Because this is a closed session item, we really can't respond at all to the comments. We will be going in to deliberate on legal matters. I do want to thank you for coming down. We do have a public meeting later at 6 o'clock. I do invite you to attend that as well. And with that, we'll be heading into the closed session portion. We'll reconvene at 6. You can view the meeting online or by television, and you can call in directly for public comment at that meeting, 818-238-3335. Thank you so much.